How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Hall of Film. Now today it is nomination day and it is the opening of the Golden Age nomination window. As you can see on screen, it is from 1930 to 1959, so an incredibly iconic time period. And I genuinely do think we, the voters, will all have pretty much the same names. I just think it's going to be in different orders depending on everyone's tastes. Now, before, obviously, we get into it, make sure you like, comment, share and subscribe. As you know, I say it in every video, I want to build this to be a great community of people from all over the world, so we get as many, like, a big variety of nominees for each time period. This, we're going to give it about a month again before the deadline is up, so make sure you get your votes in. And without further ado, let's get into it. So we'll start off with the directors. So I will work from 10th to 1st, obviously 10th being worth 1 point, first place being worth 10. So in 10th I have Billy Wilder. Of course, I'm not going to waste time saying iconic, because I'll be saying that about everybody. But we've got Billy Wilder, of course, did Sunset Boulevard, Some Like It Hot, Double Indemnity, did some amazing films, iconic director, and that is my 10th. Coming in at 9th, we've got John Huston. Of course, his debut was The Maltese Falcon, which is insane because that is an iconic all-time film, and that was his film debut. He also did African Queen and The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, amongst other films. Then we've got Mark Curtis, of course, very versatile director. 11 actors under him were Oscar nominated, which is insane. Of course, did Casablanca, Yankee Doodle Dandy, that's the one. But of course, brilliant director. Then we've got Howard Hawks, who is somebody I urge everyone to Google and look up, because wow. Researching this, he did comedies, dramas, gangster films, sci-fi, noir, war, westerns, so ultra versatile. He also had a trope in his movies called the Hawksian Woman, which it's quite ironic because Howard Hawks was not a feminist by any stretch of the imagination, but he wrote such strong female characters, which I always find interesting. Then we have William Wyler. As I mentioned with Mike Curtis, 11 actors under him were Oscar nominated. William Wyler had 14 actors and actresses win Oscars in his films, so he was a guy, he got the best out of everybody. He did Jezebel, Roman Holiday, Ben-Hur. He was, or is, the most nominated director of all time, or he certainly was at the time. Then we've got John Ford, of course, everybody knows John Ford, one of the most influential directors of all time. Did some of the most iconic westerns of all time, from Stagecoach, The Searchers, The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance, amongst a myriad of others. Then coming in at 4th, we've got Frank Capra. Of course, It Happened One Night. He also did It's a Wonderful Life, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Every time I watch a Frank Capra film, I'm blown away, and he becomes a favourite of mine. Then in 3rd place, we have Orson Welles, of course. His magnum opus being Citizen Kane, which he wrote and directed when he was 25, which I can't comprehend. Of course, also did The Magnificent Ambersons. Coming in at number 2, we have a personal favourite. I've got the poster. Akira Kurosawa, of course, Seven Samurai, Ikaru, Throne of Blood, Hidden Fortress, Rashomon, and again, so many others. And coming in at number 1, it is the man, the myth, the legend. I'm expecting him to get the highest number of votes in the Hall of Film history. It is Mr. Alfred Hitchcock. He did 47 sound films. Only 8 were outside of this time period, so literally all of his iconic and great films were in this, pretty much. So that is my 10 directors. Moving on to actors, coming in at 10th, we have James Dean. Of course, died so tragically young. Only did really 3 films. He was nominated for Best Actor in 2 of them: East of Eden, Giant, and of course Rebel Without Cause. Just an iconic figure in pop culture and Americana history. Then we've got Gary Cooper, of course, did High Noon, um, Mr. D Goes to Town, Pride of the Yankees, and so many others. We've got then Spencer Tracy, who was the first actor to win back-to-back Best Actors um, for Captain Courageous and Boys Town. Did again so many other great films because this was a time period every actor was a goddamn workhorse. They did so many films. Then we have James Cagney, of course, had his distinct voice. Um, Orson Welles actually said he might be the greatest actor to appear on screen, so high praise. Then we've got the king of Hollywood himself, Mr. Clark Gable. It Happened One Night, Gone with the Wind. He was in so many things and he's such a great, great actor. Of course, you don't get nicknamed the king of Hollywood for nothing. Then we've got a personal favourite of mine, Mr. Henry Fonda. Of course, his daughter Jane Fonda is already a Hall of Filmer, so we might have the first father-daughter Hall of Film duo. Of course, he did 12 Angry Men, Mr. Roberts, My Darling Clementine, so many others. Incredible, incredible actor. Then we have Marlon Brando, of course, already a Hall of Filmer in the last time period, but during this was when he was young and actually motivated to work and make films, and you didn't have to pay him a lot of money to do a lot of nothing. Of course, he did On the Waterfront, uh, A Streetcar Named Desire, The Wild Ones, again, so many others. Coming in at number 3, he could be many people's number 1. We've got Mr. Humphrey Bogart, of course, Casablanca, The Maltese Falcon, The Treasure of the Sierra Madre, The Big Sleep, African Queen. Then in number 2, we've got Cary Grant, of course, North by Northwest, The Philadelphia Story, Suspicion, To Catch a Thief, Charade, so many others. And then my number 1, one of my favourite actors, Mr. James Stewart. I've not actually jotted down any films because I feel like that's enough just saying James Stewart. In so many wonderful, wonderful films and such a great, great actor. Coming in with the actresses at number 10, I've got Elizabeth Taylor, who was actually the highest paid star, male or female, in the 60s, which for the time is incredible. Of course, during this time period, though, Count on a Hint, Hot Tin Roof, Suddenly Last Summer, Giant, so many other films. Then we've got Marilyn Monroe, of course, did 7 Year Itch, Some Like It Hot, All About Eve. And one fact that blew my mind, during this time period, she actually grossed, her films did $2 million. Sorry, $200 million, which is the equivalent in 2024 money of $2 billion, which I think speaks volumes to how iconic and what a draw she was at the box office. Then we've got the great Vivian Leigh, of course, Gone with the Wind, Streetcar Named Desire, The Hamilton Woman, Waterloo Bridge. Then we've got Barbara Stanwyck, of course, super versatile, The Lady Eve, Double Indemnity, Stella Dallas, Balls of Fire, Babyface. Then we've got Joan Crawford, Mildred Pierce, The Woman, Humoresque, Johnny Guitar, Grand Hotel, Sudden Fear. Then the iconic woman herself, Miss Audrey Hepburn. Roman Holiday, Sabrina, The Nun Story, Funny Face, Love in the Afternoon. Then Greta Garbo, of course, Camille, Nakochka, Grand Hotel, The Painted Veil, Anna Christie, so many others. Then coming in at third, Ingrid Bergman, of course, Casablanca, did Notorious, Gaslight, Anastasia, From Who the Bell Tolls. Coming in at number 2, I was and ahhing about should she be 1, should she be 2, but I've decided on 2. Catherine Hepburn, of course, already a Hall of Filmer as well. Bring It Up Baby, Philadelphia Story, African Queen, Suddenly Last Summer. And then number 1, it had to be Betty Davis. Of course, first person to get 10 nominations as an actor, male or female. Did All About Eve, Marked Woman, Now Voyager, and so many others. Of course, widely regarded as possibly the best actress of all time. And then finally, moving into my films. Coming in at 10, Wizard of Oz. Of course, one of the most just iconic films and caused so many spin offs of different variations. Coming in at 9, It Happened One Night. I watched that film recently for the first time and fell in love with it. It is an incredible film that I highly recommend everybody checks out. Then Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window, which again I recently seen for the first time and was blown away by. Then Gone with the Wind. Of course, if you've got a spare 3.5 hours, I think it is, go and watch it. It's one of the most iconic films ever made. Then we've got Vertigo, of course, another Alfred Hitchcock masterpiece. Then we have Citizen Kane. Then we have Casablanca. Then at third, I watched it for the first time this Christmas. Wow. It's a Wonderful Life. I cried, and it's just a beautifully made movie and beautifully acted. Coming in at number 2, it is Akira Kurosawa's masterpiece, Seven Samurai. And coming in at number 1, I do think it's a top 10 of this time period, but my love for this film puts it at number 1. Sidney Lumet's 12 Angry Men. I love that film. I think it's wonderful and incredible, and everybody should see it. Henry Fonda and so many others. Incredible, incredible. So that was my nominations. Quicker video than normal because I don't want to keep you all for like 20-30 minutes. But yeah, don't forget, next month is the deadline, so you've got a month to get your top 10s in order. Be sure to comment, like, share, subscribe. Comment below your nominations, or as always, you can reach me over on my Twitter at Lone Wolf Mojo for my personal one, and at Hall of Fame, Hall of Film _. So yeah, thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next video.